At PMWC 2025, Rondo was announced to be replacing Sandhawk in the esports map rotation for the fall season. This brand new 8x8 map contains different biomes, minimal water, and most importantly, a recall feature, something we don't see in any of the other maps. This development means there will be brand new strategies being created and figured out along the way, adding lots of excitement to this fall's esports. To help with this, I'm creating a series of in-depth videos breaking down everything to do with Rondo, starting with this basic overview of the map with positions of note and an introduction of the other new features by Maxman. First, let's locate the major loot areas. Stadium, Jiaotin, Neox Factory, Test Track, Yulin, Rinjiang, Tinlong Garden, Hemei Town, and Jadina City are all large towns with enough loot and even space for 2 to 3 teams in the final stages of the game. Smaller but still mighty positions include Dangqing and Hengshan, centrally located with plenty of loot and playable areas around them. These are all high ground areas. These points are either major high ground like the cliffs on Miramar, large hills with great sightlines on surrounding areas, or isolated high ground that will be perfect winning positions in the endgame zones. Make note that while there are a lot of these high ground spots, they are surrounded by low and open ground, including vast rice fields and open downhill slopes. If you can't grab an open high ground, then these ridges and compounds provide an excellent alternative. The ridges on Rondo are particularly special because of the playable dips they create, often providing cover on 4 sides with enough room for vehicles. The compounds marked here are some of the most prized positions on the map for their similarity to Heaven in Erangel, built on top of hard-to-access and isolated hills with massive 360-degree views. These positions I've marked are notable because they are easily compared to positions we're more familiar with on other maps. This compound is like Miramar's water treatment, over here is Rondo's version of Sandhawk's quarry, and up to the north lies a compound very similar to Erangel's garden. This should make it a little easier for you if any of those positions are part of your usual strategy. With all these points laid out, it becomes easier to understand the map and how to rotate in it. For early game rotations, positions like this line of high ground or this larger mountain area are excellent springboards for scouting and getting where you need to go. Danqing and the desert area to the north give you plenty of options for either high ground or ridges, which will be particularly useful in the final zones. In the late game, these hills in particular are going to be highly prized, so either avoid them or get there early. Rotations to avoid are definitely anything that takes you along the water, especially in the northeast. The later you rotate, the more vital it is that you pass through areas large enough to not get targeted by teams on the high ground. So here, and on the edges of the map would be best. Now, let's hear from Max about the new map features and items you need to play this map successfully.
Thank you, Nep. I mean, Rondo is such a great map, and it's got 5 features that I'm personally very excited to see coming into esports. The first one is going to be the Pico Bus, which is just an overall really good car, and if you crash into a rock or a tree, it gives you instantly really good cover, as it's just an absolute beast of a car. The EMP zones, which, if you're rotating around the map, you've got to be very careful about them, because they will, number one, stop your cars from working, so you're just going to be stuck in the middle of nowhere, which I would not recommend. And also, it will stop your scopes from working, so it might be a little bit harder for you to hit your shots on your enemies, so just something to keep in mind if you're fighting in an active EMP zone. The taser, which in my opinion is just the best. No, I'm joking, it's not. Don't use the taser, it is useless, okay? Don't use it. The one item you can use is going to be the emergency cover flare, which is my personal favorite item coming into Rondo. Any kind of flat terrain finishes, which we have a lot of those in Rondo, are going to be completely changed forever because of this item. If you're able to throw it in an open field area, you got these big concrete blocks coming in from the skies, and it gives you instant cover. If you use it at the right time in the right place, chances are you're going to be winning the game because it's that impactful of an item. So definitely try and stock on those before the end of a match. And then a very impactful new item, not really an item, but like an addition on the map, is going to be the recall towers coming into esports for the very first time. And this is going to be changing the whole strategy game around Rondo. Do you have 3-1 splits and someone camping the recall towers just to recall your teammates? Are people going to be camping recall towers to hopefully get free eliminations when they get recalled onto enemy teams? So many things to keep in mind when it comes to the recall towers that is going to make the esports scene so different on that one particular map. With that said, these are my items that I'm looking forward to seeing in Rondo going into esports. So Niptura, take it away.
Rondo is going to be a very tricky map to navigate. Not only do you have massive long-range views, but there are so many open slopes and low-ground areas, fields with minimal cover that take ages to travel across, and while there isn't much water, all of it heavily interferes with rotations. Scouting is going to be vital on this map, and I think short rotations with frequent stops will be the way forward. This map is designed in a way that will make you feel like there are teams everywhere, so being able to sneak into a position or taking advantage of fights will be a great strategy to make sure you're not taken out quickly. Because of the openness of the map, center zone is not necessarily your best friend. Instead, consider edge positions to clear the mid-zone teams and move in incrementally. This is just the beginning of what I have to share with you about Rondo. In upcoming videos, I'm going to be breaking down each individual section of the map, finding the best positions, angles, rooftops, and helping you build your best strategy from scratch. Until then, I hope this basic breakdown helps you get started. A big thank you to Max for sharing his expertise on some of the exciting features this map has to offer you. Use these tools wisely and they will win you the game. Let me know in the comments how you intend to play this map in your next tournament, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next Rondo video. Until then, see you next time.